Good morning and welcome to Real Life Dog Training. This is Zoe. She's learning some basic commands. So we're here to show her people what she's learning and also give you guys a chance to learn how to do it yourself. All right, so she already knows how to, cuddle really, really well. Ah, sweet girl. I've got her favorite treats here. I don't actually use treats all the time, but when they're learning something new, you definitely want your positive reinforcement. Zoe, they can't see me now. You screen hawk. So she already knows sit. She sits basically automatically if she thinks you have something for her, whether that is a toy or a pet or treats, she sits. So that's great. I'm gonna take this treat, I'm gonna wrap my fingers around it so she can't steal it. I'm going to put it on her nose so she gets a really good sniff of it. I'm going to lead it down to the ground and then out slightly. Good girl. She already knows how to do this. This is down. Now, one thing people don't think about is to sit from laying down. I'm going to put just my hand on her butt right here. Come on, sit. Yes, good girl. Most dogs learn that sit is always a downwards command. So then they lay down and you tell them to sit and they're like, I can't get any lower. So it's actually, this teaches them that sitting is a position to be in, not a movement. Once they're pretty good at this part, and obviously she is, good, down. Then you start changing things a little bit. This one she's not so good at. We're learning on the fly here. Come on, sit. Yes. Now you'll notice first I bait her up, then I give her the command as she does it. Since she's good at this one, I'm not going to have a treat in my hand. No treat. But I'm going to pretend. Ready? Down. And she says, no thanks. That's okay. I expect that at some point. So I'm going to take her collar here in my hand holding a bunch of treats. And now she's going to sniff that hand and I'm going to distract her with this hand. And as I ask her to lay down like she's used to, come on. Ready? Right here. Down. I'm going to pull slightly on her collar. I'm not pulling her down, I'm just adding pressure so that she starts learning, oh, that is also a cue. So that the next time she says, no, I can catch her collar and pull down and reward her for it. And she starts learning, oh, I have to do it even if I don't see a treat. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Here we go again. Come on. No, you can't have those treats. Down. Oh, nope, I missed it. Down. Good girl. Now we're doing this on the carpet because no slender dog wants to lay down their belly on the cold floor. Huh. Sit. Good girl. Now I also want to practice sitting from a stand. So I'm going to ask her to do her other command, which is touch. When you're first teaching touch, you take this treat, you put it between these fingers. Make sure it's visible. Touch. And of course they're going to take it out of your fingers, right? She's past this point. So the next thing I'm going to do, I can do a couple of things. I can just have an empty hand. Touch. Yes, good girl. And then give her the treat from my other hand. The other thing I can do is take this treat and put it behind my fingers. So it's still in between them. It's just on the other side. And now she can't see it. Touch. Good. It's right there, silly. There you go. Oh, good. And now she's standing. So sit. That was a really slow compared to what I know she can do. She still gets a treat for it, but it was really slow. Touch. Good girl. I'm so proud of you. As she gets better at that touch, that was a delayed treat response. I kept saying she was a good girl and I was proud of her to link action and reward, but it took me a second to get that treat to her. We want that to happen because eventually you're not going to have a treat. Ready? Down. Yep, didn't think she was going to do that, so I'm going to snag this leash down. Ah, and she's already gotten the idea from, we did this yesterday, that when she feels that tug, she lays down. The first time she felt that tug, she reared back, which is very normal. So you just put less pressure and use your treat. Good, touch. Oh, now she's confused. She knows I've got the treats here, but I told her to touch. Ah, touch. Nope. Touch. Good, there you go. Yes, that was very nice. Now, since that was like it took her a little bit with that touch, I'm going to sneakily put the treat in the backs of my fingers while she's, then I'm going to distract her from the fact that I did that. Sit. Oh, she's forgotten. Come on, sit. Yes. If your dog doesn't get up to some noises and excitement, scoot your hand under their chest and just goose a little bit, and they'll get up to be like, what the heck? If they get all the way up, just ask them to sit again. Now, touch. Yes, good girl. So smart. So what I'm doing here and giving her treats from different hands and things like that is I'm just teaching her that the treat might not come from where you're expecting. So don't follow the treat. Follow my command. There's something else oh yeah, look at me. So when you start, you take your treat, cover it with your fingers, put it on your dog's nose. Oh yes, when they're very interested, bring it to your eyes. Look at me. Look directly into their eyes. That's how you know if they're looking directly into yours. Good girl. This is not a challenge. Don't worry about anything like that. Look. Yes, good girl. Touch. Now she knows I don't have a treat in this hand. I'm going to make it easier. Touch. Nope. Okay. When your dog says no, you just start at the beginning again. Touch. And I'm going to do it a couple of times easy like that so that she kind of remembers how it worked. Touch. Nope. Touch. Yes. Ooh, she almost nudged it right out behind my fingers. Nope. Touch. Now normally if I'm training, I teach them one thing and we do it like 10 times, and then I teach them a second thing if I'm still engaged, and we teach it 10 times, and then we do, sometimes we're done. Touch. Yes. Oops, right here. If I want to do a third thing, I will. Most often at that point I'll start varying the two things because dogs get bored just like people do. So once they kind of have the idea, I'm going to either make it harder or I'm going to start varying things. Touch. Good girl. I'm using dried beef heart. Excuse me, that was very unprofessional of me, but I'm using dried beef heart. Hi. This is a full-sized piece. This is like penny-sized, but also dime thickness. None of that, please. Thank you very much. And I'm tearing them into these teeny weeny, like that's maybe the size of a popcorn kernel, because I don't want to give her an upset stomach. I do not. No. Okay, you shake? She really can't. She offers it occasionally, so she's figured out that people like it, but she doesn't really know how to do it. Hi. Now, touch and look at me are both great because we want them learning, like if they're on a walk and they see something a little alarming, then you can say, look at me, and just walk them right past it, keeping eye contact. Touch is fabulous if you're going to start doing, going to dog parks and doing some off-leash stuff, or you go to trails where you can have your dog off-leash, or you live in a state where you can have your dog off-leash. Then you can use touch as a form of recall. So even if they don't have their recall down yet, you can do touch, and they'll come tearing in from wherever they are to come touch your hand. You can also use it to actually train a heel, where if they start getting out of line, you can put your hand down here and say touch, and they've got to come back around behind your hand and nudge it in order to get that done. Are you ready for one more? Thank you. Okay, so the last one is she's got a rudimentary stay. Stay. Oh, no. Oh, we've forgotten it this morning. That's okay. Stay. I'm going to lean away and come back. Good job. I love the one leg forward she's got going here. Down. So I'm going to catch her collar and just put a little weight on it. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to stop, down, and go back to our original plan. Or I would put a little weight on it with my other hand and pull down. I'm going to come over here so you guys can see me again. Now at this point, if I tell her down or sit or stay, and she breaks, especially for a down or a sit, I'm not worried about it. First of all, I didn't tell her stay. And second of all, she's just learning. It's okay if she has springs. As you do it more and more, they start holding those stays and those downs. Sits and downs. Now, I really don't actually like this. She's going after the treats in my hand, and she's being very, very gentle and sweet. but I don't want her learning this is acceptable. So, no. Nope. 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 Hi. Yeah, what a good girl. I want to be able to take my treats and put them, they're not in that hand anymore, right here, and not have my dog bugging me for it. So, no. Oh, good girl. Now I'm going to reward that. Okay. Stay. Oh, and she did not break. Good girl. I'm obviously not going very far. And that's fine. We're just giving her the idea that, look, I can move around and lean away and do this. Good stay. I should have repeated it before I started moving, but that's okay. Now we'll see what she remembers. Touch. Yes, good girl. Stay. Good girl. Oh my good. Stay. Ready? Down. Ready? Down. I'm going to grab my treat on her nose, wrapped in my fingers so she can't steal it. Down. Yes. And the whole time I kept a little pressure there so that she starts associating when I feel pressure, I need to move away from it. That way, when we get to a point where I don't have treats on me and I ask her to lay down, if she says, no, you don't have treats, I can catch her collar and be like, you still have to do it, and then I'll tell you you're a good dog. And I know there's no treats, but you still have to do. Huh. Okay. Come here, baby. Now, I want her to learn a cuddle cue, but I don't quite know what the word for that should be yet. I know. We all think cuddle is obvious. Come here. Come here. Come on, you can do it. Come here. Come here. I'm going to try and lead her around with her by her little nosy here. No, it's been too many different things for today, so I'm just going to go back to what she knows so far. Touch. Good girl. We're going to do this a few more times. I only have one treat left that I'm breaking into pieces. And down. Down is her least favorite, I have noticed. And down. Good girl. Stay. Come. A little confused, and that's okay. So we come. Yes, good girl. And touch. Nope. Touch. Yeah! That was the last one. That was so good. And now we're done training. What a good girl.